Ready for some more chord progressions? Welcome to Guitar Chords Info Stream, Phase 11, 50s Chord Progressions, Part 2. In Part 2, I want to show you some, or actually just one chord progression in the key of G, and it sounds like this. And those chords were G, and I'm using my second, third, and fourth finger on the G chord, E minor, C, and D, and then back to G. So those are the chords, and you know the drill by now. Once you get used to playing the chords one after another, then the next step is to start strumming, and I'll demonstrate that for you. So about the only extra thing to say here is that I'm going to talk a little bit about my reasoning for using my second, third, and fourth finger for the G chord. It's very simply because I just think that this fingering of the G chord with second, third, and fourth finger goes more smoothly to E minor than the first, second, and third finger would. But of course, when I go from D at the end back to G, that's a little bit awkward, but it's the sort of the same principle that I spoke to you about before, back in the previous phase. And that is, if there's a little bit of a hiccup because of the awkwardness of the chord change, then it's not really as noticeable, since we're ending one phrase and beginning another. Let me demonstrate that for you. There's G, E minor, C, D, and it would really be more smooth to go from D to G with the first, second, and third finger. But if I did that, then it would be awkward to go from G to E minor if I went from G to E minor with my first, second, and third finger. So if there's a little bit of a pause between D and G because I'm using my second, third, and fourth finger, it's not really as noticeable, since it comes at the end. You're really between the end of one phrase and the beginning of another. Let me do that one more time for you. See, we're at the end, and if there's a little bit of a extra time because of the awkwardness of the chord change, it's not nearly as noticeable. But if I was to go from G with my first, second, and third finger to E minor, then I would have a little bit of awkwardness in the middle of a phrase. So that'll give you some things to work on, and when you think you spend enough time here in Part 2 enjoying these chord changes, then meet me in Part 3 and we'll do a chord progression in another key. And meanwhile, if these videos are helping, please like, comment, and subscribe.